With Tom Wade again, manager Spartans during the 2014-15 season. We were talking about the first qualifying round, Tom, 2 games against Darlington. Moving on to the second qualifying round now, we were away to Skelmersdale.
Yeah, Skelmersdale again were top of the league. When we played Darlington, they were top of the league. When we played Skelmersdale, they were top of the league, and they were top of the league by a fair distance at that time. Again, really experienced management team, and they were the form side in the league when we played them. We'd just signed Stephen Turnbull. So Stephen, I think it was Stephen's first game actually. So we'd boasted the team with Stephen coming in, and Skelmersdale, I remember the time we went the change room was tiny. So you went to the tunnel room at the top, and there was a little change room. It was cold day and there was no heating on. But you know, that's how it goes. You know, it was very tight. Had to change outside. Had to bring the bed, physio bed outside with the rubs and the outside the door. And it just how it was, you know. Yeah. So the preparation was pretty good. Colin Myers, who I had as my sister, was excellent. So we actually had a good prep, and it was so tight that we went in the pitch, and I had to talk on the pitch, came back off, and we were outstanding that game. That's probably the best I've seen Blythe play since that time. Stephen Turnbull brought a lot into the change room and went on to win 4-1, you know. It was a great performance.
Yeah, it goes from Jarrett Rivers, Dan Maguire, Matty Wade, your lad, and Robbie Dale again.
Yeah, Robbie Dale scored from a Turnbull free kick. So Turnbull did a short free kick, which I took to go in the box. So I'm screaming at the 20, knocking in the box. Something you notice, and just played short to Robbie. Robbie beats 3 men, pops in the bottom corner. But it was they scored a worldie. They scored an absolutely unbelievable goal from the edge of the box. It was an absolute great strike, But they had a really good side. But Matty Wade scored from the halfway line, so it was a fantastic move of him and Hawkins. 1-2 Hawkins, where he ran from 10 yards inside his box and just kept on going, and finished off curl in the top corner, which was a shock to everybody. But he went in the top corner. Unbelievable goal, probably the best goal we scored in all of the cup run, which was great to see because he's more of a defensive midfield player. Dan Hawkins had a game of his life. He was absolutely outstanding in that game.
He's a very good player, wasn't he? He wasn't at Blythe for too long. But
he was a great player. Colin brought him in from Bishops, and Colin and Hawkins was at Middlesbrough, the kid, centre forward, scored unbelievable amount of goals. And we played him a bit deeper in midfield.
Yes.
It's like a link player, and he was absolutely outstanding. Probably a talent which I think we got the best of, but we didn't. We could have had him for the next 3 or 4 seasons, and he would have developed into a legend of Blythe. He was so talented. Rivers, to be honest, the whole team was outstanding that game. We're disappointed to concede a goal, but it was a worldie. Good crowd, but they took a lot down with them. And that game, like I say, they were top of the league. I think they had 40 points at the time in the league. They were flying.
Yes, they were.
And they were a good side, but we battered them. And it was one of them games where you just thought, well, hold on, there's something happening here. Because the bench was excellent. We had a strong bench. When you come in, gave it that bit of quality. Leadership.
What were the circumstances behind him signing Steve Turnbull?
Well, Stephen, he was working away somewhere, and he come back in the country, and it was Hooksy what rang us. Hooksy rang us up and said, Steve Turnbull's come back. He's probably looking for a club. So I had a chat with him. 20 years and 20. Well, you know, I've got loads of clubs interested in, which he probably would have because he is excellent.
Probably.
And we sold him the club. And to be honest, he's probably one of the best signings I've ever made. You know,
on and off the pitch, character-wise.
I loved him.
He's like skill-wise.
He's loyal. He's very loyal. He's a leader in the change room, and we needed that with the type of kids we had, because we're all youngsters. And the thing about Stephen was he trusted everybody in the pitch. So it's not like you see some players, experienced players now, they turn around and see a pass and they see a youngster and they won't give him it.
Yes.
You know, it happened, and I've seen it numerous times. I've seen it Blythe this season numerous times when the kid's been in space, he doesn't get the pass.
Yes.
Stephen trusted everybody. and he would give him a short pass. And people like Weary and Sean Reid and these sort of people looking at them, and they're developed by Stephen Turbo, because even Mullen, everybody got better because he'd give them the ball, trusted everybody. So if the kid was marked, he would give him the ball. There was you could tell in his game he just trusted everybody in the park. Great in the change room, outstanding in the change room. Just a massive asset, and with him and the team, it just looks something special, you know.
Yeah. No, he was an outstanding player, wasn't he? He reminded me a little bit in some of his play about Paul Walker, live.
Yeah.
Where he turned midfield and had the ball, shielded the ball.
It's a great match. Paul Walker was very confident as well, you know, but he was a good player. He was a team player. And Stephen was an outstanding footballer. He was there when Mick Tate was here. When Mick Tate had a really good side, Stephen played left-hand side on midfield for him. And he had the slowest chop and the slowest turn ever. But then Robbie's is slow, Stephen's slow, and we had Paul Robinson playing for later on, and Paul Robinson was the same, and they were so slow, but it worked every time. Paul Robinson was the master. He was a fantastic player. But Stephen coming in, just his character and his self-belief was phenomenal. And Phil's the same. I know the twins, but they're both. If you had to pick a player to sign, or one player to sign, Phil Turmel or Stephen Turmel is the players you would put down first at any club you're at.
Yeah, there's an aura about them, the personalities, didn't they?
Brilliant, you know, they've been well brought up. They're great just great manners, great respect, great trust, great, very confident, to border on cocky, but never arrogant.
Yeah,
you know, it's a very fine line. Self-belief. What I used to say to the players, self-belief's great, but when it goes to arrogance, you're finished. So just keep it right, keep being respectful of the people you're playing against. And Stephen he's a model sort of professional player in the non-league game, you know, and obviously Phil's the same. So that was if we look at the turning point of the season, probably him signing was a massive turning point for us, you know.
Okay, thanks, Tom. We'll finish on that note. So we'll come back next time to talk about the third qualifying round away to Mickleover. Thanks, Tom.